This will be week 3, day 1, match 1, game 2. First half, we're going to be able to see Prisoner and Painter come out first too. Also, though, Painter seems like he's to be coming out really regular now in the newer IVL seasons, but it's going to be Opera Singer here with Trumpet Attention alongside Wish Blink.
有解说安将林指为您带来 IVL 实时赛况解说。
We're going to be able to see Opera Skins 8 here. First chase is going to be Prisoner. So Prisoner immediately crashing here, but it seems like Footprint will be seen immediately. But Tawai is kind of running the wrong way. That's kind of the small issue here when it comes to, you know, survivors hiding early game. But since this is Opera, there's still a huge chance of us being able to find him pretty... Okay, never mind. So... apparently, Prisoner is going to be able to silent step away. Great! Great, this is what I love about this game mode the most, and that is the way that you can just hide. The way that you can just hide. But with the next chase here currently being Cheerleader slow debuff currently being applied as well. 21 seconds until Blink. Probably here being dropped down. Next Pom Potting around 45 seconds, which simply just means right now for Cheerleader, even if she expends her Pom Pot, she'd have another one to use for Rebound Kite Containment. That's a little bit of Vault Over and a double speed boost stacked there immediately as well. Then the good news is there is no basement in Shack. Without basement here in Shack, Blink, are we gonna blink? We're not gonna blink just yet. We're trying to find one of the better areas here to play around in, but with the Pom-Pom slow debuff right there, seems like there's nothing else we can do. XML, around a 68-second containment. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Early game, we had Prisoner, who actually was the one that was hiding, but with, you know, Cheerleader being a little bit close towards the middle without anything to, you know, contain. That's a tiny bit of a sad memento for her. But aside from that, it's going to be Mercenary here crouching. They're probably going to... Well, they don't necessarily have to sell. If they want to sell, they still have to rescue before half anyways, because... Or else the Hunter will just force them to rescue. And then, you know, with that case in mind, around 2.5 Cypher machines done. With 2.5 Cypher machines done right here, 20-second tight turnaround time should be able to buy us enough time for Chili to run straight towards the dead corner. The dead corner near the rock, honestly, is brilliant though. It just depends on whether we want to use our pump on or not, and I don't think we need to, because with just that amount of speed boost, we should be able to get towards that area relatively fast. Now, in this case scenario, it's just really the difference between, okay, when can Painter finish his painting? So then, not painting, Cypher. So then Painter can go towards the last Cypher machine, and then Prisoner push Merc Cypher, and then all the yada yada who. But it seems like right now they're gonna go with Painter for the rescue. Painter for the rescue, if you think about it, it's not the worst, because even if he is next immediate chase, he doesn't have after half scenario. But if you get found here immediately, that might be a whole different story. AK here taking the hit. Flywheel has failed, so that's gonna be a broken wheel right there. Cypher machine still currently being decoded. All survivors are currently running away from the chair. Painter as well, going a little bit further away from the area as possible. We know where Dungeon is right now, as just as the second Cypher machine has popped. Dungeon spawning in, well, near Shack, and Painter is going to be at the Emperor Rune Cypher machine here. So a little bit in deep, but we do not have Blink just yet. With 38 seconds free containment time here, probably will be more than enough for the survivors to get at least around a 50% Cypher machine. But with that in mind, we're going to be able to vault over the window there to force the stun. Oh my god, that's over the windows. Okay, I never knew that. And that's going to be a... That wasn't a blink down, but I think we lagged the stream. I think in that case scenario, right? I think in that case scenario, what Painter wanted to do there was to put the painting down, force the Hunter to look at it, and then if the Hunter's about to take window, then what Painter will do is to keep vaulting over the, keep vaulting over the window just to see how it works. But it seems like it didn't work like that, so, you know, we'll try this out in another videos in customs later. But aside from that, we're gonna be able to see Prisoner here nearby at full health, wanting to rescue. Prisoner without borrowed time though might be the issue if we decide to chase after Prisoner, and with the Painter there being rescued, why just realizing it as well. Mercenary here currently next chase, and it seems like we have realized that the Opera Singer doesn't really want to come back here anymore. So with that in mind, Mercenary Trail Paths connection will be Connection will be disconnected. Connection will be cut. That sounds more like it. And for Mercenary right here, even though there is blink on hand, Prisoner might actually need to come in a tiny bit early here. We see AK running immediately. AK coming for rescue. Okay, it's not bad then, I guess, because you do have borrow time and you do have a painting as well. But you've only one painting left now, which might be the small issue. Second level pad here currently utilized by the Mercenary. And Mercenary will be able to get that beautiful pallet stun. Okay, then that pallet stun is going to be able to buy us enough time for at least 80%. Okay, double pallet stun. Nice. Not bad. Not bad. Honestly, not bad at all. Mercy. I do think that's kind of just the issue here when it comes to playing against Opera Singer. It is a tiny bit of scary power. We didn't get to hit there either. That's gonna be a Cypher Machine pop. Both survivors at 1 exit gate each, and Mercy might actually just be able to make it towards the exit here on time then if he wants to blink it out. Mercenary being very careful here. We're trying to think where blink is, but it seems like we couldn't dodge it on time. But you know, overall, that's still fine. Overall, that's still fine. It is what it is at the end of the day. We wanted to bring Blink Predictor, but I guess we didn't really get it. So I utilizing the window I don't know, utilizing the upper window, I guess, would be the right word to say. But let's congratulate the tie here for Toai. Moving on straight towards second half of the game. This will be second half of week 3 day 1 match on game 1. First half, we will be able to see Jiro versus Wolves here with Nia coming out as well. Ninya coming out as Ivy. Survivor side, you're going to be able to see Cheerleader, Acrobat, and Balmer, and of course the Wildling. Let's move on towards the game then. Ivy spawning in middle. It seems like we're going to be utilizing Yeetian here to go after XMX. First, we probably will be near a Cypher Machine. But because of this, I think we went towards him a little bit too early right. We want to change targets here for the Wily once again. Yeah, wanting to reenact what has happened before. But it seems like we're basically forcing Wily to not get on board, and that's very nicely done. Very, very nicely done from Nia right there. It seems like you might actually have to get on board early if you want to counter Ivy then, if that is the case, because with that in mind, now at least we know that Wailing isn't the way to go, and that's going to be a brilliant double down, 20-second down here once again. Nia's doing such a great job here against Wailing. No, it's all 20 seconds down recently. It is really all 20 seconds down. Wow, 20 seconds in towards the game and Wailing's already done. They barely got any Cypher Machine decoding progress down as well. And with that in mind, that's going to be 47 here, one coming for the rescue, but we didn't really get the Scream on. Rotation stacks on, but still trying to control the Cypher Machines here just a tiny bit more. We do see 47 here nearby as a Cheerleader. Can we get a Scream? We didn't. We decided to rescue there immediately, and I mean, with Cheerleader there at around 81%, could we Scream Cheerleader, or do you want to go after Wailing? We probably want to go after Wailing, but Wailing seems like he's moving quite faster as well. Deciding to change targets here immediately. We should char Wailing and then utilize Zeta to go towards another Cypher Machine, since, you know, since Cheerleader did run a little bit closely towards her survivors. But with that in mind right now, that simply means one thing, and that is you won't be able to get anyone else to come to rescue, and your Cypher Machine is going to be fully blocked here. We're going to be able to see Deacon here. That's going to be a lock on straight towards Deacon. Yeah, if you wanting to come into rescue here as well, we're going to be able to get the Leech on, but the Leech on seemed a little bit early there even for me. That's going to be the 38 stack Scream. And with that in mind, we're currently waiting on here for as long as we can. The Fireball did get on, but that doesn't matter. We're going to be able to get the hit there on straight towards Acrobat. But if this is the case, we can just change targets, and there's no point in going after Wailing here anymore. Still trying to look if we can get any Scream on. We did, and that's going to be Acrobat there going down immediately. Trying to look away from the area to see where Wailing is. Wailing a little bit further away than possible, but even so, Wailing is still running pretty far away from the area. Yavy getting a little bit further away here as well. You want XMX board duration is going to end now too. So with the link up straight towards Embalmer, it seems like we're gonna go for the map control here instead. So not chairing anyone might not be a bad idea, but with another survivor here currently being nearby, we're gonna be able to get a 91% heal here on straight towards the Acrobat, and Acro taking the stacks, taking the speed boost. We're gonna be able to successfully run away. Meanwhile, the main body here of Ivy is gonna get stuck in between a wall. all walls aside, it seems like we're going to start healing here as well. We did get heartbeat here from Cheerleader and the Acrobat side, but still trying to find where the Wildling is. Might just still be a little bit of an issue because Wildling's going to be able to get on board here immediately as the cooldown time is already ready. But of course, with the survivors here still trying to heal, D-King is going to be able to be spotted out here immediately as well. We are going to be able to get the TP over, and seems like one scream down, it's all what? It's the hey! Hey! We can still use the ETN to... Oh, we didn't get the scream. Oh, no. Oh, no. We cannot find the survivors here anymore, even though it's a relatively small map. XMX is going to be highlighted here immediately. Very nicely done. But Boar is still ready here as well. We don't have our... Okay, we're going to get on board first. I'm going to TP over here too, but we don't have transference of corruption of transference right now. But with 59 stacks, that's not the best. That's also not the worst. But for Wildling right now, he just has to take it. And with that in mind... with that in mind, quite a bit of a counter right here. We're going to be able to land the next hit here pretty fast, and it seems like Wildling was slow debuff here right after getting off board. There's nothing else you can do in this situation except for, I don't even think we need to use Blink right there, but 3.5, well, round 4 Cypher Machines done. Wow. Survivors managed to bring this back pretty hard here, but that's also because we couldn't find anyone else nearby. But it is what it is then. I guess at the end of the day, Yavi here still trying to... Well, Yayu. I'm quite sure his name is Yayu, but the V is like U sound effect in CN. But anyways, we're going to try to do as much map control here as possible. Deacon here on the other side of the map right now. We did get him down, but he did... Well, we didn't get him down because hitbox just doesn't register, I guess. But being able to see what the Embalmer is right now, we're going to be able to leash... not teleport over because we don't have our max presence just yet. Well, not max presence, but, you know, the ability for max presence. But with XMX down here as well, we're trying to utilize Synthesia to buy as much time for the survivors as possible to locate Ivy's location. But even so, Deacon here currently on the run. Deacon here still going for it. We're going to be able to see Embalmer here still decoding that last Cypher Machine, decoding progress. But for Embalmer, it doesn't really matter because you can't leech on towards him anymore, so that doesn't matter, I guess. We're going to be able to leave one of the leeches towards the middle. But it seems like Cheerleader's also starting to decode another Cypher Machine right now. Like for Ivy, early game was brilliant, but Survivors kind of came back really hard mid to end game. So, like chasing off the Acrobat there was a really good idea. Right, and then changing targets there was also a really good idea because you force the survivors to not decode anymore, and Wildling has to keep running instead of decoding. But like in that case scenario, when you see Embalmer and you didn't get Embalmer down to Slug Embalmer, you could I think that's where it went downhill, because then you've still the extra survivor out there to decode. And when you want to find Wildling, yes, you did manage to find him, but he got on board there immediately as well. But I guess with this case scenario, we kind of do know that Ivy counters Wildling if Wildling doesn't get on board immediately. That is going to be the main issue here for Wildling Mings. If we get Leech, we might have to actually get on board early as possible. Because like even if Ivy does change targets, you know, you won't be able to get leeched again within 38 seconds. So you can just get off for it immediately when she changes targets, and you know, just honestly chill. But with that in mind, we're going to be able to see where Cheerleader is. Cheerleader Cypher Machine here currently being locked. Deacon here trying to run towards Embalmer. We got Cheerleader getting away from the area. But of course, with a 69 stack there as well. Last Cypher Machine is fully prime for Embalmer here. Doesn't really matter that much. All we need to do is to pop that Cypher Machine. That's all we need to do. Very nice pop here from the Survivor side. That's going to be a charged attack hit. But of course, the flywheel cancels it off. But it doesn't matter here even when we get the hit down, because guess what? My coffin is a tiny bit further away than what you think it would be. We definitely will be able to find Embalmer. But even if you do find Embalmer right here, there's going to be Yavi on the other side. There's going to be Cheerleader on the other side. But can you get Cheerleader down? No, you can't. Because Cheerleader has double pump. Well, one pump on right now, I guess. But even so, the Hunter probably thinks that Cheerleader has 2 pump on. So this might not be the best exchange here. Slow debuff here applied onto his Cheerleader. Cheerleader does not have flywheel. Cheerleader pallet drop down. That's going to be a blink down there immediately as well. But it seems like survivors are not willing to open the gate just yet. Embalmer running straight towards Moon Gate here as well. Meanwhile, Acrobat staying at Factory Gate. But of course, because of that, if we do decide to change targets, we're going to be able to get a scream and teleport over here immediately. We teleported wrong! And D-King here trying to go straight towards the chair, but it seems like there is no one nearby right now. If we're going to turn right, we do see where the embalmer is now. It's the choice between embalmer and... wait a second. We decided not to rescue. I feel like we could have gotten it, I won't lie. Because we teleported... Oh, okay, never mind. We're still out. We're still out. But I feel... Okay, it's still a tie game. It's still a tie game. Let's congratulate here Wolves for the tie game. Moving on. Okay, it's going to be Opera Singer here from Ninya. We're going to be able to see Wolf Survivors here as well with Mercenary, Seer, Acrobat, and Patient. It's going to be Acrobat, Patient here chosen out immediately, which is pretty surprising. But it's going to be Tremor Tetesha alongside with Warp Opera Singer. This will be Week 3, Day 1, Match 1, Game 2. Okay, so with Nini here on mind, Yavi is playing Patient here, but Yavi has a Tide Turner, which might be a small issue with such a close spawn towards the Survivor. But hooking on straight towards our we missed a dash, I don't think Patient here is chaseable anymore. If that's the case, we're going to change targets here immediately, looking for the next best option, which is D-King. We're going to go after Seer here in Grave. That's not the best case. The thing here is Ninja is not really particularly good at Opera Singer. If I'm gonna be completely honest with everyone, he's not the best at Opera Singer, but his IV is honestly brilliant. Kinda similar to me. I can't play Opera Singer for my life. Either that's because of pin or either that's because my life just sucks. But we're gonna be able to get out here anyways. And we're not going to break that pallet. Breaking the pallet might be the worst option here. We're going to be able to get the warp through as well. Didn't get a hit. We should be able to get a hit there, thankfully. Warp being utilized as blink there, so thankfully it managed to work. But usually for us hunter mains that are not pro players, when we put warp out, we don't go through it straight away. So that's probably something we need to rewatch on that side note as well. With that in mind, Acrobat here, that's teleport over, but because of the fact that Opera Singer's teleportation right now is slower compared to usual, there's really nothing you can do about that in this situation. So right now in this case now we're trying to play a little bit of a pallet mind game. Because of a pallet mind game on mine and Opera Singer's short attack range. You know what, even so, right, Acrobat probably wouldn't be able to survive. Oh, we what? Okay. Okay, 487. Okay, this is why we're veterans. Okay, this is why we're veterans, eh? This is why we're veterans, eh? We're gonna be able to get a jump over here with another fireball. They're currently being utilized by 487, but even so, we're gonna be able to break the pallet here. 2 seconds left on towards item, skill nullifier, and it seems like we're running straight towards the corner. We should have died 20 seconds ago, by the way. We should have, genuinely speaking, downed 20 seconds ago, but it seems like that is not the case here. When they were against 487. This guy's been playing Acrobat more than Prospector now by this point, but even so, even so, we're going to be able to see around 3 Cypher Machine decoding progress here from the Survivor side. For Mercenary himself, he doesn't really have to worry too much because of the fact that his Cypher Machine can be done within tight turn time here anyway, so that doesn't matter. Mercenary deciding not to elo pad into rescue simply just means that we want to stall more time for the Survivors to decode. And especially with the fact that Mercenary's Cypher Machine can definitely be finished off by himself, he can still come into rescue for the second time as well. Now then, we're going to be able to miss the hit on Mercy. I mean, it's better not to give no damage rescue, but if you want to try go for Terror Shock here, might be too hard. Gonna be able to get a hit here on towards Acrobat. Still no damage rescue down. That's the case. Mercenary, his Cypher Machine's a little bit closely nearby, but if Nino wants to go after Mercy here, the good question is, can we find Acrobat later? We're still in open area. So for Mercenary right here, he's going to be able to hit towards half health. But Acrobat's already a graveyard though. And like with the last Cypher Machine, last 3 Cypher Machines are 80% on average. That's how bad it is right now for the Hunter. That is genuinely speaking how bad it is right now for the Hunter. Nini is really just not that particularly good at Opera, sadly. So for... I honestly feel like for hunters that can't play Opera, it's probably just best to play, you know, your comfort picks. Like you need to choose between Opera and an Ivy, and whichever one you're better at, just go for that. Like, you could go for Opera if you're good, you could go for both if you're good at both, but like in the scenario of when you're good at one but not good at the other and you barely even tie with the other one, it's probably better for you to play another type of survivor where you can a hunter where you can at least guarantee the tie. And then with the last Cypher machine they're currently being decoded by this here, Patient having tie turner there as well. I feel like with Patient tie turner here, Acrobat did use up self-heal, but Mercenary on the other hand, I feel like we should chase after Patient here, because Patient only has tie turner. If we realize that Patient have tie turner, we can go after Patient here. We didn't get the hit on towards anything just yet. Yavy trying to play for as long as we can, just so Acrobat can reach towards the exit gate. Seems like he's there right now. We're going to be able to get the rescue there immediately as well. Sees a tie turner here from the Patient. I feel like, right, we hit Patient here and go after Patient. That's probably the only best choice here, because Mercenary still has elbow pads. We are still trying to contain for as long as possible right there. Pop? Okay, yeah, popping there probably would be the best option. One elbow pad left on towards the survivor side. XMX or elbow padding straight towards the other side of the map right now. We're going to be able to get in between the pallets right here. If Warp here is currently being consumed, then it means that we can definitely get a one-man elimination, but going straight towards Patient right here. Realizing that Patient only has one tie turn and nothing else, because Borrow Time definitely came into effect. And then with this in mind, honestly, Patient's hook there wasn't bad. He hooked in a straight line. He didn't even go up towards the air, Lamar, which is quite funny to me. But with the Vault over right there, no window speed boost, no pallets here left to use. Patient trying to contain for as long as possible, with the last two pallets here currently being nearby, with no items remaining as well. Patient going down. Let's congratulate the 3-man escape here for Wolf Survivors. Moving on straight on towards second half. Okay, Toy is going to be running Intense Detention alongside with Warp. Because of this, we definitely will be able to see... Okay, we see double window speed... double flywheel of one window speed boost. It's a really distance-splitting type of character, and with Psychologist here being able to tank 3 hits. Okay, Toy here spawning by double 11. AK is going to be first chase here, who's going to spawn as Prospector. I guess for Prospector, it depends in this case scenario, but we're going to have to see anyways. Locking the window here first to prevent a loop scenario. Prospector hiding as well. Right behind the pilot there it seems. Okay, we want to get a stun. We are not going to be able to get a stun because we realize... And of course, with that in mind here, Prospector is still holding on towards Magni. We're probably trying to look for a pushback right here, but this is kind of too strong of a area here to honestly play much. With that in mind, can we, okay, we got the 100%. That's going to be a hit straight towards Prospector here. With the heartbeat monitors here on mind, 112 here on Prosy, it does seem. We do still have Warp as well. Tram Senpai did leave, but even if Tram Senpai was nearby, I guess it wouldn't really work that much as well. Then we're going to be able to get a lock there. We're going to be able to get a pushback as well. And because of that, Prospector 93%. Going to be able to come back. Can we fly? Okay. I felt like for Prospector right there, he wanted to utilize the blob walks to... the black walks that was on the ground to flywheel it and cancel the 100% stock, but it doesn't seem like it worked out here anymore. So with around 2.5 Cypher machine decoding progress here, Axa going to be nearby as well, who's the Psychologist. Axa needs to rotate away, and it's going to be Aeroplanus who has to decode Merc Cypher here. So you basically have to abort a lot of the Cypher machines right now in order to continue Cypher Rush. So, Wax Artist is honestly just too annoying in this case now. I don't even think the survivors are going to rescue here anymore. Because, like, you do need a 4-man end game, but with a basement Wax Artist here alongside with Inksys, it's going to be one hit on your max presence, so it's not really worth your time. And of course, with that in mind, we do know that it's Warp. We're going to try put out a blob wax on the ground. But I guess the blob is just trying to figure out where Mercenary is. Now, with that in mind, 40 seconds until Warp is ready. Warp, we are going to be able to lock the window, but it doesn't matter here as well, because we're all running around the place right now. Mercenary is going to be able to loop around this area for quite a bit of time, but this is a Mercenary we're talking about who used one elbow pad to get in between the corner. And from the survivor's point of view right here, we started the last Cypher machine by X Meow. And that's a completely new Cypher machine there as well, but it seems like we're going to change targets here immediately. X-Ray also rotating away as the aeroplanist. But you see, like, for the survivors, they're doing really well. They have 2.5 Cypher machine done. They are only missing one last Cypher machine, and they still have a Titan on Mercenary's hand. Mercenary is not going to be able to go down anytime soon. And of course, since this is an aeroplanist we're talking about, it probably would be better to utilize Warp right after he used his jetpacks. Right, because then you can try to get around 70-80% stacks and then do a normal hit and then block wax him down. Even if there is hover, I don't really think it matters. But of course, in this case now, we're going to be able to hover away as far as possible. That's going to be the warp catch up here immediately, and it doesn't really matter. Aeroplanist didn't get a hit. Okay. We're going to be able to get a pallet stun here along with an understun on towards X-Men. X-Men being able to vault over there as well, trying to buy a little bit more time, 3 seconds until our next jetpack, but I don't think we're going to be able to use it here anymore. But that's still okay, because the last few Cypher machines are pretty close towards each other here as well. And of course, with Psychologists here, with Whistle to go, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be more than a tie game here for Toai. So of course, with that in mind, Psycho being able to pop open her Cypher machine, Psycho rotating straight towards Graveyard. Seems like Toai wants to lock Graveyard Cypher machine here as well, but I don't think that will happen here anymore. Harsh being very careful as well, trying to buy a little bit more time for himself, but preferably speaking, if we can rescue before half, that would be nice. But I guess we're just more worried about Hot Wax right now. But Mercy is going to go in here for it anyway. That's going to be the elbow pad in. Okay, Mercenary around 60%, 70%, 80%, but that's fine. We're looking for Aeroplanist right now, but even if you get that on towards Aero, it does not matter, because the Cypher machine is currently prime. Aeroplanist does have jetpack, and you don't really have any items here remaining left to use. So as long as Aeroplanist utilize jetpack right here, we should be able to get further away from the area as fast as possible. With 98% stacks right there, it seems like even if you get the block walks right here, the exit gate on the other side is going to be able to open on time, and you don't have warp ready just yet. With a 75% decoding progress on towards the exit gate, it's going to be a tie game here for Wolves. But of course, with a tie game here from Wolves side, that's all what it needs. Let's congratulate Toai here for the tie game, moving straight on towards game 3. Toai is in a spawn as Anne with instant detention alongside with Warp. It's not bad overall. Prisoner here coming in here once again. Ansa as GR. What? Wait, what? Aside from the brain rush, let's move on towards the game then. We are going to be able to see Red Church here going straight towards the middle. I guess with Warp it's doable. With Warp it's definitely doable. With everything else, let's see how it goes. With everything else, let's see how it goes really. But of course, with that in mind here as well, after running back towards the same area here. But because we're running back towards the same area, we're going to pull the cat out a little bit closer towards middle, just so we force Prisoner out of the area. Okay, something new learned. But of course, even with that in mind, Prisoner is very close towards his connection. We're going to break the connection first to allow us to rotate for a little bit of a longer time. The coordinator being nearby as well. He has to be very careful here with the gun, because if we don't gun properly, everything will go astray, and we're going to be able to get a jump there and an immediate hit. Okay, but Coordinator's item is also locked here too, so Cordy wasn't able to pull enough distance away from paralysis. Now with that in mind, Warp is ready. Warp is 100% ready. We're going to be able to get something on towards Cordy right there. Cordy being able to gun out here immediately. That's one cat gone. But of course, it's in exchange with a gun here as well. Prisoner rotated quite a little bit of a distance away. If we can see where Prisoner is, we can warp, but it seems like we're going to go towards the wrong side of the map right here. Prisoner is not near this way. And it's going to be X-Men here who is going to be playing Acrobats while losing himself just a little bit right here. The prediction was not the best. Prediction was not the best there. Sally being able to link up towards Acrobat Cypher machine right there. We're going to be able to break the pallet. But because of the pallet break, I don't think you're necessarily going to be able to catch up towards that acro anymore. So with that in mind, we're going to be able to get a jump here, no problem at all. But with the vault over towards the window speed with the way 3 Cypher machines are currently done. Very beautiful early game for GR Survivor side. Bit unfortunate for Twine, because it definitely would have been a down Prisoner there immediately if it wasn't for the failed prediction. But of course, with that in mind, we do have our next jump ready, but the only issue is that Anne is a little bit too far away from Acrobat right now, with the mobile there being nearby closely towards the other side. That pallet down is going to guarantee success here from the dodge, from the dodge cutting, from the cat dodging. And Acrobat still holding on towards this ball right now, maintaining a wall distance away from Anne. This cash is a little bit clingy, but we're scratching on towards the wall right now. And for Acrobat right here, we still do have a white ball. We won't be able to use it here anymore because there's really no point in using white ball against this area. Fireball definitely will be ready soon. If there was a fireball there, yes, you definitely could have utilized the fireball to counter Anne. But white ball, not so much. If you were near a window, okay, possibly, but this time you were not. And with another jump out from the area, we're not max presence here just yet, but one more hit until max presence. 2.5 Cypher Machine done from the survivor side. Well, last two Cypher Machine on 50%. Because with this in mind, hey, okay, there we go. At least we didn't get the ball out. You know what? Be very happy that Xmo didn't get the ball out because I feel like he'll be a 5 Cypher containment there. Lol, 172 BPM here from Acrobat Lamal. It will go down slowly as he is being cheered, but from the survivor's point of view here as well, they're probably thinking how they can start rebound containing here. For Acrobat, the best case scenario really is just down a little bit further away from red carpet gate, so then it will be harder for someone to actually utilize his warp to, you know, map control or even just to try get a tie here. But with this in mind, that's going to hit on straight towards Mercenary running straight towards the other side. But I guess it's fine. That's before half rescue. We're going to try go for Mercenary here, but it does not matter because this is kind of what Acrobat wants. Acrobat needs to down behind Shaq. As long as Acrobat downs behind Shaq, it's gonna be really hard for Twine to actually be able to get much more because warp only goes from, you know, Shock to middle, directly in towards middle, by the way. So with like Acrobat going down really far away from the area, we do have warp, so we're most likely gonna utilize our cats and then warp towards Acrobat to get a stun. But aside from that, it doesn't seem like it'll be possible here for a tie anymore. 10-second duration is up. The cat is also out. And we do have the jump ready, so there goes down Acrobat. Let's congratulate the 3-man escape here for GR. If Ninia can get a 3-man elimination, we'll win. If we get a tie, we'll move on towards extra rounds. But of course, if we only get a 1-man elimination, it will be considered a win here for Wolves. So let's move on towards the next game. Ninia is also going to come out as inconsistent tension with Warp. Survivors team combo wise, it's going to be distance pulling team combo along with Cycle who can tank. Let's see here. Ninia on the other hand, we're gonna look for Yavi here, who is Aeroplanist. Aeroplanist first chase, I feel like it'll be a little bit hard here, but he does have Tie Turner, so I guess we gambled right on the Tie Turner part. Yeah, there's not really that much rescuers on this team comp here as well. It seems like Ninia mainly banned rescuer here too, but of course with a cat explosion right here, Yavi utilizing the jetpack to get away from the area. We are going to be able to rotate a little bit closer towards Shack Gate here, and of course next cat is ready in 3 seconds. 9 seconds until we're on towards our next jetpack, but this is going to be a sideway cat here in which it doesn't really get much. Ooh, we nearly got a terror shock. That was very close for a terror shock. That was insanely scary for Aeroplanist right there. Okay, and of course with 487 coordinator support, if this doesn't end up like last game, I'd say everything would be fine, but if this does end up like last game, it will not be fine. Let's just say it this way. That's going to be the cat out here immediately as well. Coordinator taking the cash, but it doesn't really matter here if that's the case because we can pull the cat back, look to see where Arrow is. I think we did manage to find Arrow there as well. Aeroplanist trying to double back here just in case Anne went the other side. But of course with this case scenario here, Cody's going to be able to get the whistle. And Arrow is... Okay, we're going to take the... Okay, that's fair then. Okay, that's fair then. I guess we just use the car here to see if we can land anything on towards Arrow. And if we can, great. If we can't, that's also okay. That's gonna be the jetpack away. I don't know about that jetpack realistically speaking, because that's Aeroplanes down there immediately as well. That's a mini blink deck currently being consumed. and it's 2.5 Cypher Machine. 2.5 Cypher Machine can guarantee a tie here from the survivor side. You don't have tie turn here anymore, so the only best thing you can do is to sell and go for the extra round. So for Wolves here, there's nothing else you can do. There's really nothing else you can do. Yes, Acrobat is nearby, but if Acrobat gets a buy here, Cat goes back. Acrobat doesn't get hit. That's okay. Psycho also wants to come in to rescue here as well. But right now, in this case scenario, Acrobat wants you to come in. We're going to be able to get a hit here. Can we get the jump on time? We won't be able to get the jump on time as Cat duration has just ended. And it's going to be Acro going down. Okay, Acro going down is fine. Psycho and Cordy both cannot come to rescue because they're at a really bad position for themselves right now. But for Aeroplanus, who does have Whistle on him, this might be really bad, eh? Oh, we got the stun. Okay, that's fine. We're going to be able to get the hit right there. Can we get a jump back? We don't have our second catwalk. But of course, with Cordy going in straight towards the rescue right here, all survivors are going to be at half health. Acrobat definitely will be able to rebound Kite, but it just depends on how long we can rebound Kite here. If we can rebound Kite until Warp is up and force the Hunter to use Warp, yes, that'll be brilliant. But we're going to have to see. We really are going to have to see. We're going to look for coordinator here. So we're going to go for map control is what we're thinking right now. And with a map control here, it might be the worst case scenario because as long as Psycho finishes off her Cypher Machine and the other 50% Cypher Machine, Psycho can kind of just force herself to be incapped in order to heal Cordy, maybe, right? But with this in mind, our next card is now ready. We're going to be able to get the next cat out. We are going to be able to get a bite there as well. We do have a mud ball there currently being consumed. But with the next jump here, catch up towards Acro. Acro goes down. We don't have the other 50% Cypher Machine and it seems like all the other survivors are currently healing. And this should be a guaranteed tie game from... No, that's not a mud ball. That's a snowball? Oh, is that a Snowball looks dark for some reason. That's a dirty snowball then, I guess. 3.5 Cypher Machines done. Okay, 3.5 Cypher Machines done. We're waiting. Okay, we see Ye if you want to come into rescue. Titan is ready to go, but that's a hit. Okay, that's a hit. That's Acrobat alive and well as well. We're gonna be able to bring the cross back here, and with the cross back, Acro goes down. Okay, that's no problem at all. They don't have enough time for the last Cypher Machine here. But even if they do, all what Nini has to do is actually just to pull a cat out and get it on towards Acro. But okay, if Acro runs towards this direction, we kind of do know that there's not enough time. So we're gonna get ready for endgame. We do still have Warp. Cypher Machine not around 80%. Okay, Cypher Machine will be primed then if that's the case. Okay, we will be able to move on towards extra round. Cypher Machine is going to be primed here from the survivor side. Aeroplane is going straight towards the other side of the map right now. Aeroplane is. Okay, all survivors here currently being healed. And we do actually have Warp still here left to be used. Aero is going to become the next chaseable target. With 2 pallets they're being able to utilize. That's going to be a cat brought back. That's going to be a jump over. And that's a stun. Okay, there goes down Aeroplane is. 90 seconds on towards detention is over. It's guaranteed tie here for Gior and Union. Then let's just see if the survivor decides to actually come true. But I don't think they will, because if it's a tie game, they'll just move on towards extra rounds for extra time. So they're gonna go for extra time right here. D King is very closely towards. Okay. Oh, you know what? The warp down in there might not be a bad option. I think the warp down in there is probably the best case scenario for our Anne here, because there's really nothing else you can do. Here. Okay then, let's gradually the tie here, moving on towards extra round. Gonna be able to see Bonbon here coming out from Ninia's hand as well with Warp this time. Insolence Detention. It seems like Warp is going to be very suitable for Bonbon from now on. I guess that's fine then. With Insolence Detention, it probably shouldn't be too bad, but we are going to be able to see Survivor side here with Ento and Anti-Current, so that's kind of why Bonbon came out. Anyways, let's move on towards Week 3, Day 1, Match 1, Game 1. With everything in mind, it's going to be B-Duck skin, so we're going to be able to see Quack Quack coming out, and with Quack Quack here, Yavi is a little bit too close for comfort. I think he's very close for, against Bonbon, man. Should be rotating away. No, it seems like we're going to change targets here anyway. You need to decide not to actually go after that aeroplanist anymore as it's too annoying. Don't really have that much bombs early game as well. So right now 487 is still decoding. 487 wants to become chased. But I guess that also makes sense because anti-by technicality counters bomb pretty hard to a certain extent. To a huge extent, honestly. Anti-current vaulting over that one, wish flip. Honestly, bell icon. So we did manage to get the bell out from Bonbon. And Bonbon's still rotating around the area. We're trying to find the next nearest target. Quenching Effect is going to be ready soon. And with Quenching Effect right here, we do see where D-King is. But it seems like we're going to go back towards Anti-Current right now. Anti-Current currently on the run. But Anti-Current, does she have Windows Speed Boost? She does not have Windows Speed Boost. So right now, can we get a chip here? We cannot, if that's the case. XMX here as the... Okay. I'll be honest with you. Like, okay, let's have some honest talk. Let's have some real honest talk right here, right? Imagine you're okay, so we're gonna change targets, but we're gonna have some honest talk. If you're a gravekeeper with shovels and you can tank 2 chips and you have 10% movement speed boost underground and you got chipped immediately twice by Bonbon, that's a player issue. That's not a gamekeeper issue, that's a player issue with entomologists here being nearby. Sadly, we couldn't do much aside from that, but don't really have bombs here remaining on towards Ninya's hand too. And with that stun there, we wouldn't be able to get much more of... Basically wouldn't be able to get much. I think we wanted to deploy a 5-second bomb there, but I guess we didn't really get it. We're waiting to see if there is anything. We decided not to utilize Flywheel here, just because the bees are nearby. But of course, because of all the support early game here too, we're healing. We're healing a bit slow. I'll be honest with you, we're healing a bit slow. We're healing way too slow. We should have healed it immediately when grave people get out of range, but I guess okay. We're going to be able to drop the 2-second bomb down. We're going to be able to drop another 1-second bomb then. That's going to be anti-current going down there. Nothing else anti-current can do. Cypher Machine decoding progress is very slow, but it's 2.5 minutes into the game. So 487 did what he needed to do. And the other 2 survivors took way too much of a long time to find each other. Because like Endo had the support there. No matter what you say, Endo had the support there in order to prolong the kite for anti-current for as long as we can. Even though she didn't do much, yes, because the bees were all pretty bad. But she still had to do it. She definitely still had to do it. GK on his last shovel here, by the way. We just have to be aware of that. GK on his last shovel. We're waiting. We got the hit, okay. That's a lot of red carpets on ground. Anti-current did utilize flywheel there as well. No chips on towards the survivors with those red carpets. And of course, with a pallet there being dropped down, Anti still having 2 stacks of flute left there to use. We're going to double bomb down, which there is no one nearby. That's going to be the immediate cutoff here. And we didn't. Excuse me. We didn't do much. That's going to be a pushback and another disarm. Okay, then. If that's the case, remote control bomb will be able to register the chip, but that's a very successful rebound kite here from anti-current side. Okay. Nicely done. With the last Cypher Machine, they're currently at 41%. There's definitely, it's a 4-man endgame late game. It's definitely a 4-man endgame late game here. There's nothing else you can say about this. It's definitely a 4-man endgame late game. So for the survivor's point of view right here, as long as no one fails to rescue, everything is fine. They probably do need the entomologists to come to support the aeroplaners too. By the way, a double rescue wouldn't be bad. A double rescue definitely wouldn't be bad, but we're a bit close for comfort, guys. We're playing. Okay, we're trying to stall as much time as possible for the Cypher Machine here to be primed. That's also fine as well. Okay, Aeroplane just keeps doing that. It's fine. Aeroplane just keeps doing that. We want to get a chip onto it. That didn't chip Ento. Hold up. Let's watch this. What? Okay, anyways, back to the game we go. 90% decoding progress, and that's a hit. Okay, we're gonna be able to see a 4-man endgame here immediately too. That's going to be no immediate pickup here just yet. Anti-Korean down, Ninya on the other side. We're popping open a Cypher Machine because this is his first chair here. On towards the Aeroplanus, but with Deacon here as well, still trying to go for the run. It's Ento with wanted order. That's pretty bad now, I won't lie. That is actually pretty bad right now. But if that is the case, we honestly, all we have to do here is to wait for a warp to be ready. Can we warp upstairs? Can we warp upstairs? Can we go up? We're waiting right now. We're opening other exit gate too. It's 5 minutes in towards the game. We need to think about timing here as well. If you want to go for the tie, you need to be able to escape fast. But it seems like right now Entomologist is currently on the run here too. We're going to go back. 487 is on the other side of the map right now. I think he actually might be spotted here too. If 487 can, he needs to be able to rotate towards the other side of the map towards that dungeon if they do know where dungeon is. But because of this right now as well, we're going to be able to get the warp out. We're going to be able to see the antiquarian. And I don't. Can we get the rescue? If GK shovels, we can get the rescue. We don't do it. Okay. And that's a chip. That's a beautiful flywheel, by the way. We can tank chips. It's okay. We can tank chips. It doesn't matter. We can tank chips. Terror shock down. Let's congratulate the tie game here for Ninya. 5 minutes and 47 seconds, I think. Let's move on then. Okay, Toy is gonna be going wax artist here again, as against a prisoner might be a little bit hard in this map, especially when prisoner has one of those people with some flywheel. Because with that in mind, it's gonna be double tie turning here alongside. Okay, they're basically two with a bar time alongside with patient too. The goal here is, by the way, 5 minutes and 47 seconds tie game. I got cut it off right there, but what I meant to say was survivors need to escape within 5 minutes and 47 seconds in order to win if they're going to aim for a tie. And for the hunter, if they want to go for a tie, they need to stall for 5 minutes and 47 seconds. But of course, with the prisoner here on mine as well, it might be a little bit hard. We are going to be able to see prisoner decoding immediately there too. And of course, the survivors that are nearby right now. So we're going to walk around and then lock the cipher machines as much as possible just to prevent the survivors from decoding. Because like for tomorrow right here, as the walk started, the choice was chosen out just so you can stall for time. You're most likely not going to chase after prisoner first. You want to get either embalmer down or patient down. If you can, first officer would not be bad, but I also don't think that is the best case scenario here for us. Then with that in mind, we do see Atsu on the other side of the map right now, who is currently playing prisoner. We do see where he is as well. That's going to be a warp over, but it seems like it's a little bit of an extensive warp, but that's also okay as well. We're going to be able to utilize the window on the lamppost right here. And with the window speed boost, didn't really get much there, thankfully. But even so, we are going to be able to vault over the pallet. We are going to be able to get a stun, but we still did get some wax on us. So, wax range is still pretty big. And with that in mind, prisoner would be not taking the normal hit right there. We're going to be able to drop that down. So I decided not to hit once again, was a little bit surprising to me. But with that in mind, we're gonna wait for the wax to drop down first. We didn't get a hit there just here. We're still trying to rotate around the map here just for a little bit longer. And of course, with one more wax on towards the prisoner. Prisoner here, it's around 100 seconds in towards the game. We're gonna be able to run up towards the stairs. The blob wax wouldn't. It's really hard for the blob wax to reach there. It will only reach if they barely got off the stairs. If they're halfway through, that will never reach. Especially with the animation there on the lines as well. But of course, with the electrocution there on mine, we're going to be able to get the vault over and of course get it down. 2.5 cipher machine stun. That's going to be a stun there on towards the we get on towards wax. Wax is going to be able to get a stun here once again. I feel like for wax artists, preferably speaking, you want to break that pallet there too. So can we just go and break the pallet? Yes, we can. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. For the survivors right now, they need to rescue as critical as possible because they need to stall for time. Well, not survivors. They need to rescue as fast as possible, but also need to make sure that the cipher machines are done correctly. So with that in mind, first officer decoding the 60% cipher machine nearby, we're going to be able to get the hit down towards prisoner because he was linking. And I'm assuming with the link there as well, we're just trying to get away as fast as possible. Now, we are going towards the corner. Waxar does his max presence here anyway, so it doesn't really matter if we get to give the hit here or not. We're hard here currently being upstairs too. It's 3 minutes in towards the game. Accelerated decoding is gonna start in 30 seconds. Our cipher machines are relatively healthy, with around 3.5 cipher machine decoding progress, second time chair on towards our prisoner, but we can't rescue anymore. We really cannot rescue here anymore. We have to sell here in order for us to see how the game will go, but it seems like Hart wants to come in for the rescue here anyway. It doesn't really matter right now, but he needs to be very careful of a 100% stack. We're gonna be able to get a hit there and of course be able to get a rescue, but without tie turning here, 5 seconds is enough to block the the stairs. So, gonna be able to get a stun. Okay, that's gonna be a warp down there immediately as well. And survivors are gonna have a relatively hard time in actually finishing off any Cypher machines here. But it seems like right now as well, we are going to be able to see the last... okay, so Patient finished off his Cypher. Patient hooking away towards the last Cypher machine, it seems. But where is... okay, last Cypher is the middle. That's pretty good then. Okay, 5 minutes 47 seconds. We still have around less than 2 minutes here, but we're gonna pop open the Cypher here immediately. Okay, that's not a bad plan. You can have AK stay in middle and Embalmer opening the other exit gate. But if AK gets found here, it'll be really bad. Let's just say it this way. We do have Tinnitus here too, but if AK gets found, it'll be really bad. We're locking the gate first. AK is gonna run towards the chair right now. Okay. I mean, that's not the worst. That's honestly not the worst. Because, like, if you run towards the chair right here, you're going to have to go out from the door. But, of course, if you decide to separate your way out, First Officer does still have a pallet left there to use as well. The other exit gate is currently being locked. Patient deciding to open the other exit gate right now. We're trying to think about time here for as much as we can. If we can get in between the pallet, that's brilliant. We got in between the pallet. That's going to be the pallet lock right there. It doesn't really matter right now because Heart's going to go down pretty soon as well. We need to be able to get the Hot Wax down. Hot Wax is going to be down. I feel like if we open Hot Wax a little bit earlier, probably will be better. But why you hesitate there a little bit? We didn't hesitate. We definitely could have locked the gate right there. But let's congratulate the tie game here for GR and for GR to win against Wolves. 5-minute finish from the survivor side. And let's move on towards the next game.